What's up, y'all? You already know this your Rockstar Wicked Witch. Aaron. You like to bully people, right? When I saw you ain't try to bully me cause you know what was up. You knew the deal. Stop playing with me, yo. You ain't want no smoke when you saw me. You ain't want no problems because you knew what was the deal.
Yeah, he gave Aaron like
Listen, y'all, we gonna listen to a few people's stories out there that was being bullied by Aaron. It's ridiculous. But when he saw me, he ain't do none of that. Stop playing. Don't let no one out there bully y'all, alright? Yo, Aaron, you owe these people an apology. Cause when you saw me, you ain't have none of this energy cause you knew what's up. Stop playing with me, man. Let's hear what these people have to say. For real.
I thought Aaron was sort of a stuck-up, overconfident.
Did he really just say stuck up? Dude, Aaron, I know you don't think you all of that. Stop playing.
Somewhat of a bully was my first impression.
He is not a bully. You're not a bully, Aaron, for real. You only bully certain people, but you ain't no bully.
When I saw him, I generally get along with people very easily, and I'll accept almost anyone as my friend or somebody that I'll work with. And I just found him as a person that I didn't want to get to know.
Dude, you don't just be cool with anyone. You get your money and you go home. That's what you do. Listen, man, we hearing stories coming from people that was bullied by Aaron. Like, seriously, this is their stories right here. So y'all that's watching, just go to work, get that money. I'm not saying that you can't be cool with people, but you're there to get your money. You don't need no kind of distractions there. You don't need that. And a lot of people, they would distract you from getting your money. So when y'all going to work out there, just be focused, because you hearing what he's saying. He's already making mistakes, you know, but you got to learn off of mistakes that people make. And I'm pretty sure he know that.
I didn't want to befriend him or become his colleague in any way. The best way I could describe him is like some bodybuilder that had taken too many steroids and had gone a little crazy.
Bodybuilder.
He was always kind of like and was ready to get into a fight, ready to pick on a person, ready to demean or degrade people that were his colleagues. Usually they were people.
When he saw me, he knew what was up. He didn't have none of that energy. He didn't have none of that. He didn't have nothing to say.
People that were like his juniors, but I even saw him do it with people that were his seniors as well. I frequently saw him bully his direct superior. There was a meeting that I went to every day. It was at 6:30 p.m. and it was in an office that was shared with him. So usually he was in that office at the same time that I was going to my meeting, although my meeting was not connected with him. And almost every single time I went to that meeting, he was on the phone screaming at somebody, yelling at somebody, antagonizing somebody, calling them names. If I wasn't directly in the room hearing him yelling, it would be hearing him yelling from down the hallway, sometimes from even a different floor, because it was so resonant and so loud and so outrageous. Aaron was...
That sounds like someone that have issues. Like, seriously, you have to talk to people like that in a certain way, because they don't really understand what's really going on, like, for real. So like, if you going through issues out there with someone, just stay away from them. You feel me? You don't always... A lot of people go through situations because they stay around people. You don't have to stay around them. Go do you, handle your own business, get your money, hang with a crowd that, you know, that relate to you. It sounds like he's trying to be around someone that he's just, you know, trying to be down with and thinking you're going to be popular, like you trying to get validation from somebody like him. You don't need validation from somebody like Aaron. So, come on, man.
Anything but honest, anything but kind, anything but caring. And I would warn anyone to, first of all, not listen to anything he says.
Listen, at the same time, it's not, I hear what he's saying. This is his story, and he's learning off of this. And that's why it's good to hear people's story so you can learn from it. You know, people really gotta get educated on serious situations like this. That's why I'm here, y'all. Trust me, you know, if you ever see someone acting like that, just stay away from them. You don't need validation from people like that, you know, that's going to bring you harm or that's going to make you feel some kind of way. Stay away from them. Let them know that you're doing your own thing. You don't have no time for them. Karina.
Personal experience with Aaron was that you didn't want to get into a confrontation with him because it would always result in you feeling like you were just a piece of nothing. Aaron definitely bullied others and pushed others around and was aggressive with other people. There were other elderly supervisors who had been around for a long time, and he would rile them up. Penny, I worked with, she's a frail old lady. She was a great supervisor.
And you doing that to older women.
Back to times where she was just shaking. She had tears in her eyes. She was just like, I don't know what to do to please him or to handle these. This doesn't seem right to me. He's a big guy. He was muscly, and he would get red and hot and try to, start coming forward as if he wanted you to argue with him. There was one time he was yelling at me this close to my face. I don't even recall what it was about. I just remember feeling very rattled and very upset afterwards because I don't even know why he was so mad at me. Honestly, it was just screaming
look what he's
at
doing
me about how wrong I was. And even if it was wrong, there was a much easier way to handle me. Attacking an elderly woman, pushing people around, fighting with them, that's just the flow. Yes, of course, he was psycho.
It's ridiculous. Let's get to Jessica.
Into a new area and you're excited and you hope that the boss is gonna like you and that kind of thing. So that didn't happen. Aaron basically, it went from me not really knowing about him or just being oh wow, this is awesome, to me being afraid of him.
Afraid of him.
And it switched very specifically because I had a few friends who were working already within that division under him, and one of them was pretty upset one day and told me what had happened with him, and just being very mean and dominating towards the whole group and using threats and force to get whatever it is he wanted to get done. And she didn't like the environment at all. Prior to him arriving, she was always happy, always having fun, always doing well, and that kind of drastically changed at that point. I witnessed Aaron getting into a very loud verbal altercation with my brother one time.
That's all he could do. He could just talk loud. That's all he could do. He wasn't doing none of that when he saw me. It was whatever. I'm like, what up? You see who you doing that to? But when I'm in front of you, you ain't do nothing. Stop playing with me, man.
Time I was
doing this to
my
these
brother
people.
Was in his office, which only certain authorized people were allowed to enter, and I was, I don't know, probably 25 feet away, and I observed Aaron bolting towards the door and then knocking very, very loudly. And then my brother opened the door and he slammed the door open and tried to shove himself into the room. But again, he didn't have authority to go into the room. But he shoved anyway, past, and he was in there, and it was just this screaming match. It took about 3 or 4 people to get Aaron to leave the room because they had to physically force him out of the room to remove whatever was going on from the area. And so it scared me, just with the amount of force he used in the communication. And from that point forward, I hoped to never have a conversation with him or run into him or anything like that. Basically, don't want to cross paths with him.
You heard what she said. She don't want to cross paths with him. She basically don't even want to talk to him, have nothing. She don't want to have nothing to do with him. And you can do that. You could do that easy. You don't have to talk to him. You don't have to do nothing. You don't have to be around them. Just do what you have to do. And that go for everybody out there. If it's people like that all in your face, get away from them. You don't have to be around them like that. Keep it moving. Ignore them.
I would do everything basically in my power to only talk to my direct boss. And anytime he did come into my area, I really wouldn't look at him or anything.
Exactly.
Like, just hope that he would just
pay him no mind.
He was causing turbulence within my group and where I worked. And he was loud, and he
That's
fought
all he do.
against
talk loud.
the
Nothing
people
else.
that I worked for and I worked with. And he invoked fear in my friends and myself. And I've worked here for years, and I have never seen somebody in my organization be so loud and so disruptive as Aaron was.
Let's get to Sydney.
I knew Aaron 2 times. One was first when I was growing up in Philly, in the Philly church there. I was definitely not an insecure person as a child.
In the church.
You would never be able to describe me as insecure. It was the way that
all of that
Aaron
in the
talked and
church.
dealt with me and belittled me in his communication that just made me insecure and feel stupid most of the time.
Don't ever let anyone out there make y'all feel insecure. Everyone is beautiful from the inside and out. Alright? Y'all all remember that.
And took a position there. I was a little bit surprised of him being in the position he was in. And I was...
It probably was nervous of him.
Concerned. I had memories
That's why.
of having been scared of him. And I at first doubted myself because I was positive that those were just childish things.
It's very childish. Very childish.
They weren't real. They were just something that I had been scared of as a kid. But when I was dealing with him, it was the same covered, masked hatred in his communication with me. So I didn't deal with him very much, mostly because I tried not to be totally honest. So in one meeting that we had, I was sitting behind our boss. He was running the meeting, and everybody was sitting around the table, and there was one other person there that he didn't get along with.
Who do he get along
Aaron
with?
got extremely agitated at first, and he was kind of started like hitting the table, like pounding it with his fist. And then when I was watching it, I was seeing this, and I was shocked because I couldn't believe that was happening where I was. He practically almost climbed up on the table in order to clobber this guy who was
Oh my God.
having a normal conversation with him. He wasn't egging him on. He wasn't provoking him in any way. It was just flat out crazy. That was the one time, and I was just like, this is the guy that I was scared of as a little kid. Like if he had an option of how to do something, he would definitely choose the forceful way, the way that would protect him the best, the way that would keep him from danger or whatever he conceived to be danger. Like even if it meant being a monster to people, or if it meant hurting them, or if it meant hurting his group or the people that he agreed to help or anything like that, he has zero scruples on that front, for sure.
What's up, y'all? You already know this your Rockstar Wicked Witch. Y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and follow my channel. Want to support my channel? The link and all of the information is in the bio, alright?
Fuck you, yeah. Fuck you, Jesus. If you don't like